Xinxia Empire, Jiangning Province, Xihai City. On the playground of Xihai No. 1 Middle School, several professionals are arranging a magic circle. Xihai No. 1 Middle School, more than 100 high school seniors, changed jobs in a unified way today. All the high school seniors were sitting upright, listening to Principal Lu Yun's speech. Students, after 3 years of study, you have all learned and mastered the theoretical knowledge about professionals. Today will be the day when you change jobs, and it will also be the day when you will decide your future life. I won't talk nonsense here. I hope that everyone can reach the height of classmate Su Qianxing and become the pillars of our human race. The Su Qianxing that Lu Yun mentioned used to be a student of the No. 1 Middle School, but he changed his profession and became a holy mage. He is now a big shot at level 80. Lu Yun often uses his deeds to teach students. Lin Moyu looked at the job-changing magic circle that was about to be erected on the playground, his eyes darkened, and he looked forward to it. Having been in this world for several years, I already know what kind of world it is. This world is combined with a game, and people will change jobs in their 3rd year of high school. You can gain experience by clearing the dungeons, which are also called copies, conquering secret realms, joining the army and fighting on the battlefield, or killing monsters in the wild. Gain experience, upgrade levels, master skills, and enhance strength. Fight against all kinds of demons and monsters to carve out a living space for the human race. Countless sages of the human race shed their blood and sacrificed their lives to have their current society. The success rate of job changes is 100%, it's just a matter of whether the job is good or bad. The most popular is naturally the main combat occupations, followed by the various auxiliary occupations, and the last group are called life occupations. But this is only a general classification. Although the main combat occupations are popular, it does not mean that the auxiliary and life occupations are bad. Powerful auxiliary occupations are also popular, whether it is to download a dungeon or play a secret realm, or on the frontline battlefield. Auxiliary occupations are indispensable. Even in some places, it would be better to lose a damage output than to lack an auxiliary. The same is true for lifestyle occupations. Those who have once appeared in god-level lifestyle occupations are also very powerful. In Lin Moyu's understanding, whether a job is good or not depends mainly on the person. There are rubbish main battles classes, and also god-level support type jobs. With a ray of light rising into the sky, the job transfer circle has been set up. Lu Yun waved his hand, "Follow me, let's go." He took more than 100 high school students to the playground. Lin Moyu followed the team, thinking about what career he would change to. No one can say for sure what it will become. Some people usually perform mediocrely, but they change jobs and become powerful main combat jobs. Some people perform very well in normal times, and their result is just a lifestyle career. Although he and Xia Shui are called the 2 geniuses of the No. 1 Middle School, only when he enters the magic circle will he know what he can really become. Someone patted on the shoulder. Gao Yang came over with a smiling face. "What do you most want to change your job to?" Lin Moyu looked at him, shook his head, and didn't answer. Gao Yang continued to laugh and said, "Talk about it, it doesn't matter if you talk about it. Let me tell you, I want to change my job to become a knight the most. You can see that I am tall and powerful. If I change my job to become a knight, I must be majestic, and then I can protect these girls." His physique is indeed quite suitable for the cavalier's career. It is very difficult to transfer to a main combat profession. According to Lin Moyu's statistics, the probability is about 15%. Among the more than 100 people, no more than 15 can become the main combat occupation. Gao Yang continued talking. Lin Moyu just smiled lightly, and did not answer. Lin Moyu doesn't speak much, and although he has good grades, he doesn't have many friends. Many people think that Lin Moyu has something wrong with him. Gao Yang said a few words and then went to talk to others. Someone pulled Gao Yang. "What are you talking to him for? He won't answer you." "That's right, it's just that his grades are better, what's the big deal? Today, I don't know what he can change his job to, maybe it's just a life job." A few people said in a few words, Lin Moyu is not very popular among classmates. Many people think Lin Moyu is too cold and arrogant. Good grades, so look down on others. Gao Yang laughed. Actually, Mou simply doesn't like talking. It's a pity that no one believes this. Lin Moyu will not explain more, there is no need for this. When a group of people came to the front of the magic circle, Lu Yun walked up to an old man and said respectfully, Master Zhang, I'm sorry to trouble you today. Master Zhang shook his head, it should be ready. Master Zhang did not hide his information, everyone can see it. Zhang Qian, level 52, Formation Master. Lin Moyu was a little surprised, he turned out to be a Formation Master, and his level was as high as 52. Formation Masters are considered rare auxiliary occupations, and it is not common. Formation Masters are very popular on the battlefield. Once the formation is set up, enemies that enter the formation area will die. Lu Yun and Zhang Qian walked back after exchanging a few pleasantries. He took out a list and looked at the students whose names I read will enter the job transfer formation. Everything that should be taught has been taught, and you all know it too. Don't be nervous, just relax. The first one, Suda. Suda came out in response, and walked into the transfer circle with a little apprehension. The magic circle was booming, and with a burst of brilliant light, Suda's job transfer ended. Lifestyle occupation, farmer. Suda's face turned pale, he did not expect to become a farmer. Su has become a farmer. Farmers are fine too. If you can upgrade to a master farmer or even a holy farmer in the future, it will be a good job. Yeah, in life occupations, being a farmer isn't too bad. After Suda stepped down from the circle, his usual close friends comforted him one after another. Tension was in the air. Zhongli, whose name was called, trotted all the way into the circle. It is also a brilliant light. Life occupation, chef. Zhongli is very satisfied with his career. My father is a chef. I didn't expect that I also became a chef. This can be regarded as inheriting my father's career. Hangwen. One after another, people went up to change jobs, and most of them became life jobs. Occasionally, there are a few auxiliary jobs, at least the main combat jobs are even rarer. As more and more people changed jobs in the past, Lu Yun's face was not very good looking. Zhang Qian stood next to Lu Yun. As the arranger of the job transfer circle, he was very clear about the job transfer situation. The students this year are average. Hearing Zhang Qian's words, Lu Yun also sighed, that's right, there hasn't been a rare job yet. Zhang Qian sneered, there still are rare occupation. You haven't had a rare occupation in the first high school for many years. It would be great if you can produce an advanced occupation of the main combat class. Lu Yun smiled, that's right, there are only 1 or 2 rare jobs in Shihai City every year. I expect too much. Xia Shui. Principal Lu Yun called another name. Xia Shui came out in response. Before setting off, Xia Shui glanced at Lin Moyu, with a hint of provocation in her eyes. She and Lin Moyu are known as 2 geniuses in one middle school. However, in terms of grades, Lin Moyu has always been ahead of Xia Shui, and Xia Shui has always been second. She was always suffocating in her heart, and she would not admit defeat. Lin Moyu turned a deaf ear to Xia Shui's provocation, as if he hadn't seen it, and kept his indifferent appearance. Humph, I will let you know who is the real genius. Like a proud swan, Xia Shui walked confidently into the job transfer circle. Zhang Qian, who kept his eyes closed all the time, suddenly opened his eyes and glanced at Xia Shui, this girl is not bad. Lu Yun was slightly stunned, why did Master Zhang say that? Her mental strength is more than twice that of ordinary people, and she may become a mage. Mage. Lu Yun regained his spirit all of a sudden. Mage is a high-level occupation of the main combat category. This year, there has not been an advanced occupation of the main combat category at all. If it is some special mage, it is a proper rare profession. The magic circle is running, and the light is bright. Suddenly, two huge fireballs rose from the light and exploded like fireworks. Lu Yun trembled excitedly. Phenomenon, a rare occupation. Visions appear, representing rare occupations. Main battle class rare occupation, Elemental Mage. Lu Yun is extremely excited at the moment. Just now, he was saying that rare jobs are just extravagant hopes. Unexpectedly, when I fell asleep, I came to the pillow, and the wish came true just after I made it. Wow, Xiaoshui is so powerful, it turns out to be a rare class of main combat. Elemental Mage, it's too powerful. It is said that after the level is increased, the attack power is quite terrifying for this job class. That is, in a city like our Shihai city, a god-level elemental mage can just throw a forbidden spell down, and enemies can be erased. As expected of a genius, he lives up to his reputation. Xiaoshui also walked down from the magic circle full of excitement. Zhang Qian deliberately said, "Little girl, you are very good." At this time, Lu Yun's face was also smiling like a blooming chrysanthemum, extremely happy. Xiaoshui saluted Zhang Qian respectfully. "Thank you for your compliment, senior." After Xiaoshui returned, a group of classmates surrounded her, asking questions non-stop. Rare occupations of the main battle type, that is really rare. In addition to classification, occupations are also graded. Except for lifestyle occupations, they have no classifications. Main combat and auxiliary occupations can be divided into 5 levels: low level, middle level, high level, rare, and legendary. There are almost no legendary occupations, and the entire Xinxia Empire may not be able to produce one in 10 years. There are relatively many rare occupations. For example, Shihai City can produce one every year, and sometimes there will be 2. The current Xiaoshui and Su Qianxing, whom Lu Yun often talks about, are all rare occupations of the main combat class. Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu heard his name, raised his feet and walked towards the magic circle. Xiaoshui looked at Lin Moyu with challenges in her eyes. Lu Yun asked, "Master Zhang, what do you think of this child?" Zhang Qian glanced at Lin Moyu. "Besides being very calm, there is nothing special about him." Lu Yun said, "Our school has 2 geniuses, Xiaoshui just now is the second, and he is the first." Zhang Qian said lightly, "Academic performance and job transfer are not necessarily related. You should understand this truth." Lu Yun naturally understood, but he was still looking forward to it. If there is another rare occupation, then it's completely fraudulent. The magic circle was running, bursting out with bright light. The originally bright sky suddenly darkened, and in the blink of an eye, dark clouds overwhelmed the top. A gust of cold wind blows from all directions, and the temperature drops sharply. Day turns into night, like the end of the world. Why is it windy? There are many dark clouds in the sky. I didn't say it was going to rain, the wind is so cold. Principal Lu Yun was surprised. What's going on? Zhang Qian stared at the magic circle and said lightly, "Vision. Job transfer vision." Lu Yun almost exclaimed, such a big change of job was unheard of. Then he became alarmed. With such a big phenomenon, it would be unreasonable not to give him a rare job. I just don't know if it's the auxiliary or the main battle. Impossible, I will not lose to you. Xiaoshui clenched her fists. This vision was much bigger than the movement caused by her job change just now. I don't want to admit defeat in my heart, but purely from the vision, I might have to give in. Suddenly a classmate shouted, "Look, there is movement in the dark clouds." Everyone looked up. A little fire rose from the dark clouds. The flames floated in the air, rising and falling. There seemed to be something else besides the firelight. Moreover, there was a rattling sound of rubbing in the dark clouds, which made people's teeth sour. Finally, a sharp-eyed classmate saw clearly what was in the dark cloud, and was so frightened that he fell to the ground. "It's skeletons, and everything in the dark clouds are skeletons." With his voice, the picture in the dark cloud has been fully revealed. Thousands of skeletons are densely packed, and the flames are clearly the fire of souls in their skulls. The skeletons glowed with pale white light, ferocious and terrifying. Although they knew that this was just a vision, many students were still scared and backed away. One of the soul fires fell from the sky and landed on Lin Moyu. Then all the visions disappeared instantly, and everything returned to normal. Unique hidden occupation, necromancer. Not a rare job. Instead, a unique profession, and it is the only hidden occupation. This means that there is only one profession in the world. Unless Lin Moyu is dead, there won't be a second identical job. Hidden jobs are rarer than rare jobs, even rarer than legendary jobs. It is not clear whether it is strong or not, but it is certain that it is less common. Lin Moyu's necromancer profession is the only one in the world. Lin Moyu is so powerful that he has become a hidden profession, and it is a unique hidden profession. How could the boy's luck be so good? Could it be that the magic circle made a mistake? Hidden occupations are not necessarily powerful. There have been many people's hidden occupations in history that were not very good. Yes, the number of hidden occupations is just rare, not necessarily powerful, but the vision just now is so scary, and his profession is necromancer, so can he control the dead? He is not one to speak in the first place. There is no good time to deal with the dead, so this reluctance to speak often isn't a bad thing. Lin Moyu came down from the magic circle after fully awakening his profession. He was also a little excited about the unique, hidden occupation, but you couldn't tell anything from his face. Emotions and anger are not visible, just have shock and excitement in your heart. Why put it on your face? Wait a minute. When passing by Zhang Qian suddenly stopped him. Lin Moyu turned around and saluted Zhang Qian. What is your order, senior? It's not that he can't speak, it's just that he speaks very little. There will be no shortage of etiquette, he is very polite. Zhang Qian asked, your occupation is a hidden occupation, and I have never seen it before. Would you like to show a skill? Faced with Zhang Qian's request, Lin Moyu did not refuse. Senior, please wait a moment, I have just changed jobs and am not fully familiar with it myself. Check out your properties. Name, Lin Moyu. Occupation, necromancer, unique. Level, 1, 0%. Power, 10. Agility, 10. Spirit, 20. Physique, 10. Equipment, none. Summon space, 0/10. Skills, Soul Flame, Level 1, Summon Skeleton Warrior, Level 1. Soul Flame, Level 1 burns the target's soul, causing burning damage. The power depends on one's own spiritual power and skill level. Summon Skeleton Warrior, Level 1, Summon a Black Iron level Skeleton Warrior. Skeletons can be divided into Black Iron, Bronze, Silver, Gold, Diamond, Legendary, and God level. In terms of attributes, mental power is better than the other two attributes. This also represents the positioning of the necromancer, which belongs to the profession of the mage/magic department. The Soul Flame skill also illustrates this point. But the Summoning Skeleton Warrior skill is somewhat similar to the summoner profession. Soul Flames are definitely not suitable for display, so Lin Moyu chose to summon Skeleton Warriors. When the skill was activated, a black vortex appeared around Lin Moyu. Then a Skeleton Warrior, burning with soul fire, came out of the vortex. The spirit dropped from 20 points to 10 points in an instant, and half of it was consumed. The bones of Black Iron level Skeleton Warriors are all gray. There were many cracks all over his body, and even the knife in his hand was old and worn out, and he didn't know if he picked it from a pile of junk. It's not just a knife, the entire Skeleton Warrior looks like it came out of a garbage dump. Such a Black Iron level Skeleton Warrior doesn't look very powerful, as if he will fall apart at any time. Lin Moyu also took advantage of the opportunity to check the attributes of the Skeleton Warrior. Black Iron Skeleton Warrior. Strength, 15. Agility, 15. Spirit, 15. Physique, 15. Skill, none. The four attributes are quite balanced. There are no pros and no cons. Temporarily no skills, it can only use normal attacks. It's not that great. When the skeleton warrior appeared, the students exclaimed in surprise and took a few steps back unconsciously. People are always afraid of scary things. There are only a few bold ones, and there is no movement in these students. Like Gao Yang, on the contrary, there is a trace of curiosity. Zhang Qian's fingertips glowed, like a gust of wind falling on the skeleton warrior. There was a red light in the eyes of the skeleton warrior, looking towards Zhang Qian. The fire of the soul also jumped violently. The skeleton warrior was attacked, whether to fight back or not. If you don't make a choice within 10 seconds, it will automatically counterattack. A piece of information suddenly popped up in Lin Moyu's mind, and he quickly ordered the skeleton warrior not to move. Zhang Qian said with a smile, "This junior is very vigilant. He is a level 52 expert with excellent detection skills." Lin Moyu, on the other hand, is only at level 1, and his summoned creatures are potentially hostile towards others. Using his detection ability, Zhang Qian examined the attributes of the skeleton warrior Lin Moyu summoned. The attributes were quite ordinary and nothing extraordinary. But we need to remember that Lin Moyu is currently only at level 1, so it's hard to judge his profession's strength based solely on these attributes. Perhaps the skeleton warrior will become more powerful as Lin Moyu levels up. Zhang Qian waved his hand and said, "Thank you for your effort. Maybe there will be more in the future." Lin Moyu saluted Zhang Qian once again. The skeleton warrior followed behind Lin Moyu, making a clicking sound, and a cold wind accompanied it, adding a touch of horror. As he walked back, many students instinctively kept their distance from him. Skeletons are indeed quite scary. Gao Yang, on the other hand, was intrigued and approached Lin Moyu. "Can I touch it?" Lin Moyu nodded in agreement. Gao Yang boldly reached out and touched the skeleton warrior. The touch felt somewhat cold, like touching a steel plate. Surprisingly, the flame on the warrior's head emitted no heat, and it actually felt colder when you got closer to it. Gao Yang asked, "Is this skeleton strong?" Lin Moyu shook his head, saying, "Probably stronger than you." "Really? I find it a bit worn out." At that moment, Lu Yun called Gao Yang's name, and he replied, "I'll go change professions first, and we can chat later." Lin Moyu looked at the skeleton warrior and silently thought, "Recall." A vortex appeared in front of him, and the skeleton warrior disappeared into it. The status of his summoning space also changed accordingly. Initially, it was summoning space 0 out of 10. Now, it became summon space 1 out of 10, skeleton warrior, quantity 1. Lin Moyu carefully reviewed the summoning space's description. The summoning space is where you store summoned objects. Objects not in use can be placed there and summoned when needed, without consuming mental power. In other words, you can summon skeleton warriors whenever you want, as long as you've stored them in the summoning space. If a summoned object gets injured, it can heal quickly inside the summoning space. As your level increases, the summoning space's capacity also grows. Lin Moyu recalled what he saw during his job change earlier. What he saw was entirely different from what others witnessed. He saw a gigantic dragon in pain, soaring in the sky. The dragon kept falling to the ground and writhing in agony. Thousands of skeleton warriors covered the dragon, attacking it relentlessly. Each blow inflicted gruesome wounds, and the dragon couldn't escape or fight back effectively. In less than a minute, the massive dragon fell with a mournful cry, lifeless. This sight made Lin Moyu realize the true strength of the skeleton warrior. With a sufficient number of them, even mighty dragons could be defeated easily. Lin Moyu believed that he could reach that level one day, where he could slay dragons effortlessly. The job change circle emitted a bright light. Gao Yang's job change was complete. Advanced occupation, sword and shield knight. He had become a knight, fulfilling his wish. But not just any knight, he had become a high-level sword and shield knight. While both were knights, there was a significant difference between the two, making Gao Yang a superior knight. Gao Yang returned excitedly, saying, "I knew I could become a knight." Lin Moyu smiled and gave Gao Yang a thumbs up. Gao Yang laughed and patted Lin Moyu's shoulder, saying, "We'll tackle dungeons together in the future, and I'll shield you. Lin Moyu replied, let me think about how to say it. If you want to defeat me, you'll have to step over your own corpse. Gao Yang looked surprised. You finally spoke. I was intentionally saying the opposite, did you notice? Lin Moyu thought, intentionally or not, you got it wrong. Lin Moyu couldn't stand Gao Yang's antics, but chose not to argue further. All the job changes were completed. Lu Yun led them back to the main classroom. This time, 106 students from No. 1 middle school changed their professions, with Lin Moyu having a unique hidden job. 12 students switched to the main combat class, 18 to the support class, and the rest to life-related classes. This ratio was considered good, and Lu Yun was satisfied with it. Students, the job changes are finished. No matter what profession you've chosen, remember to work hard to level up and improve your skills. Starting tomorrow, our beginners training dungeon in Shihai City will be open to all students. You can enter this dungeon to gain practical combat experience. For students in life-related professions, don't worry, the school has set up a life skills hall where teachers will help you master various life skills. In the big exam 1 week from now, I hope all of you will achieve excellent results and secure your spot in the higher education institution of your choice. Most students were already aware of the details of the beginner's training dungeon. The monsters inside ranged from level 1 to level 8, and their numbers were limited, making it a safe training ground compared to the wilds of Shihai City. However, students could still venture into the wild if they preferred, but the risks would be higher. As for life and death, that was a personal choice. When school ended, Xia Shui stopped Lin Moyu. Gao Yang teased her, saying, Miss Xia, have you taken a liking to our quiet friend? Xia Shui scowled and said, get lost. Gao Yang rolled his eyes and walked away. Xia Shui is 1.7 meters tall, with a graceful figure and a small face that is extremely delicate. Many people regard her as the goddess of school beauty. It's a pity that Lin Moyu is taller, with a height of 1.85 meters, even Xia Shui needs to look up. Lin Moyu, I want to compete with you. Lin Moyu looked at her with a question mark on his face. Xia Shui knew that Lin Moyu didn't like to talk, so she said directly, whoever has better grades in the final exam between you and me, do you dare to compare? Oh. Lin Moyu groaned and walked around Xia Shui. Xia Shui stomped her feet, that's it, I won't lose to you forever. Xia Shui originally thought that her rare occupation today could hold Lin Moyu down. Unexpectedly, Lin Moyu came to a hidden job. No matter how strong the necromancer job is, it's clear she's lost again. Xia Shui will not admit defeat. Lin Moyu walked back home. The house was empty. Lin Moyu simply made himself something to eat. The furnishings in the room are very simple, with almost no furniture. A photo stands out. In the photo is Lin Moyu, a young and beautiful woman, and an old woman with gray hair. In the photo, Lin Moyu is smiling under the sunshine. It's completely different from what he looks like now. In addition to him, the young woman and the old woman in the photo are also smiling. The photo was taken 3 years ago. He came across time, inherited the memories and emotions of the original owner, and has a very deep affection for the two people in the photo. On the earth in his previous life, he was an orphan with no family or reason to live. He has relatives here, and he loves his relatives. He cherishes it strongly. It's a pity that the good times didn't last long. 2 years ago, his grandmother passed away. A year ago, my sister also went to Xiaojing Academy. Now he is the only one left at home. Lin Moyu's words became less and less, more and more cold. I'm going to Xiaojing Academy too, Lin Moyu said firmly in his heart. Not for anything else, but only because Lin Mohan his sister was there. It's just that Xiaojing Academy is difficult to enter via the big exam. Last year, Lin Mohan was the only one in Shihai City who got in that prestigious school. There was a knock on the door outside. Principal Lu. Lu Yun stood at the door with a bag of things. Moyu, here is some food, you take it and eat first. I'll bring you fresh ones in a few days. Lin Moyu took the food, thank you senior. Lu Yun nodded, you will enter the dungeon tomorrow, so have a good rest. In the past year, Lu Yun would send some food over every few days. This is what he promised Lin Mohan to do. Last year, Lin Mohan was admitted to Xiaojing Academy as the #1 student in Shihai City, but Lin Mohan didn't want to go because she wanted to stay and take care of her younger brother Lin Moyu. Once you go to Xiaojing Academy, you will not be able to return for at least 3 years. Lu Yun kept doing ideological work for Lin Mohan and promised that he would take good care of Lin Moyu. Only then did Lin Mohan agree to go to Xiaojing Academy. You know, in a city like Shihai City, it is very honorable to have a student admitted to Xiaojing Academy and raises the status of the city. This is especially true for #1 middle school and Lu Yun. Lu Yun did what he said, and he has always taken care of Lin Moyu this year. At night, Lin Moyu works on his skills. His mental power has been restored, and he can summon another skeleton warrior at any time. In his left palm, he held a bright red gemstone. This is the only thing he brought with him when he crossed over. When he raised his hand and was about to speak, a voice suddenly sounded in his mind, detected that the host has awakened as a necromancer profession. The occupation meets the requirements, and the strongest talent system is being bound. Start to extract the origin of the world and optimize skills. Skill optimization completed. Congratulations to the host for awakening the unique God-level talent, comprehensive increase, level 1. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the passive skill, damage transfer. Lin Moyu was shocked, and immediately checked his attributes. Name, Lin Moyu. Occupation, Necromancer, unique. Level, 1, 0%. Power, 10. Agility, 10. Spirit, 20. Equipment, none. Summon space, 1/10, Skeleton Warrior, quantity, 1, talent, comprehensive amplification, level 1, unique. Passive skill, damage transfer. Active skills, Soul Flame, level 1, Summon Skeleton Warrior, level 1. Comprehensive amplification, level 1. All skill effects are increased by 10 times. Damage transfer, all damage suffered by the master is borne by the summoned object. Soul Flame, level 1, burns the target's soul, causing burning damage. The power depends on one's own spiritual power and skill level. Summon Skeleton Warrior, level 1, summon a Black Iron Skeleton Warrior. His basic attributes have not changed, only a talent and a passive skill have been added. But both of these are extremely fraudulent. Needless to say, talent, the only God-level talent, only at level 1, can increase all skills by 10 times. How strong this talent is, Lin Moyu can no longer accurately describe it in words. Even though he was always indifferent, there was a little shock on his face at this time. The effect of his passive skill is equally astonishing, and it can be called a god level. All damage is transferred to the summon. In other words, as long as the summoned object does not die, he will not die. If you want to kill him, you must kill all his summons first. It goes without saying how powerful this passive skill is. If there are thousands of summoned objects, Lin Moyu is comparable to an immortal body. This passive skill is unheard of. After a long time, Lin Moyu recovered from the shock. He found that the ruby on his left hand was missing. So it was you. Lin Moyu activates the skill and summons the Black Iron Skeleton. A vortex appeared in front of him. Accompanied by a tooth-piercing rubbing sound, a Black Iron level skeleton walked out of the vortex. On the surface, there is no difference between the Black Iron level skeleton in front of him and the Black Iron level skeleton summoned in the afternoon. The shape hasn't changed much, they looked pretty shabby to be honest. Not just looking at the surface, Moyu remained hopeful of his summons. Black Iron Skeleton Warrior. Power, 150. Agility, 150. Spirit, 150. Physique, 150. Skill, none. In the case of the same appearance, the attributes have undergone earth-shaking changes. All attributes increased by 10 times. Not to mention strength, agility, and spirit. A tenfold increase in physical fitness basically means a tenfold increase in the vitality and defense of the skeleton warrior. Coupled with the damage transfer skill, it will be very difficult to kill Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu also released the skeleton warrior in the summoning space, and found that its attributes had also been multiplied by 10 times. Across-the-board increases also played a role with the earlier summon. With 10 points of mental power left, Lin Moyu summoned a black iron skeleton again. Then he began to meditate. Meditation is the best way to restore mental strength and can replace sleep. There are quite a few students in the school who can do it properly. The next morning, Lin Moyu woke up on time. Mental strength has been fully restored. 3 black iron skeletons were standing faithfully in front of him, motionless like guards. With the soul fire beating in the skull's head, there was a gust of gloomy wind in the room, and the temperature dropped several degrees. It's very good in summer. I don't need to worry about the hot weather. Lin Moyu thought in his heart, the corners of his mouth slightly turned up. He used Summon Skeleton again, summoning a 4th skeleton warrior. Then the 4 skeletons were sent to the summoning space. Retaining 10 points of spiritual power, and carrying 4 black iron level skeletons that have increased by 10 times, Lin Moyu thinks it is completely enough. With 150 points of strength, even a level 7 or 8 night warrior is nothing more than that. There is already a bus waiting at the gate of the school, taking them to the dungeon location. When they came to the dungeon, it was already overcrowded. It's not just number 1 middle school who come to the novice dungeon, almost all the students who have completed the job change in Shihai City will come here. There are a total of 6 middle schools in Shihai City, and more than 800 students changed jobs yesterday. Most of them became lifestyle class professionals. There are less than 200 people who can come here, not even a third. The students stood together, and the school teachers went to go through the dungeon admission procedures. Old Lu, you posted this time. A rare class of main battle is not enough, and a unique hidden class is really big. In the past 2 years, your number 1 middle school has been amazing. Last year, Lin Mohan came out and entered Shajing Academy. Are you going to knock on the door of Shajing Academy again today? Several principals gathered around and chatted enthusiastically. Lu Yun's face was full red at this time. Xia Shui and Lin Moyu are really promising. If there is a chance, I really hope that they can be admitted to Xiajing Academy. Xia Shui? Is it the young lady from the Xia family? And Lin Moyu, why is this name so similar to Lin Mohan? Lu Yun said, Xia Shui is the eldest lady of the Xia family, and Lin Moyu is Lin Mohan's younger brother. No wonder, the Xia family's bloodline inheritance is very good. As for Lin Moyu, these siblings are really amazing. Gao Yang poked Lin Moyu, do you want to form a team together? Facing Gao Yang's invitation, Lin Moyu shook his head. Gao Yang feigned anger, brat, do you look down on me? This young master sincerely invites you. If you don't give this young master a reasonable reason, this young master will never let it go. He looked angry, but the smile in his eyes had already betrayed him. Lin Moyu ignored him, and within 2 seconds, Gao Yang changed his face again. Boss, why don't you form a team with me? Lin Moyu said lightly, team leveling is slow, solo leveling is fast. Gao Yang asked, strangely, how do you know? Read more books bruv. Lin Moyu replied. Gao Yang rubbed his head, obviously not convinced. At this time, Xia Shui suddenly said from the side, Lin Moyu is right. If 2 people form a team, although killing monsters is faster, the experience needs to be divided equally between the 2. The speed of killing monsters in a 2-person team can be increased by up to 50% to 60%, but the time to find monsters is fixed, so the overall efficiency slows down. According to the experience summed up by the predecessors, dungeons below level 10 are suitable for solo sweeping. Dungeons above level 10 are suitable for team formation. Xia Shui said very clearly, Gao Yang is not stupid. After thinking about it, he understood. At this time, Lu Yun came over. Except for Xia Shui and Lin Moyu, all main combat occupations must bring several auxiliary occupations into the dungeon. Don't think about leveling up with a single swipe. You need to know that you can't do without support when you go to high difficulty dungeons in the future. Usually I refuse to bring support, but look for support when I need it. This is not always a good thing. To put it bluntly, instead of looking for helpers you don't know, it's better to find your own classmates. At least you have a classmate friendship, and they won't run away if you are in danger. What Lu Yun said is very clear, and it is true. Calming down the people who were originally single-swipe minded. If the main battle class does not have support, the support upgrade speed will be very slow. Someone asked, why don't Xia Shui and Lin Moyu need support? Lu Yun cleared his throat, the two of them are different. Xia Shui is going to be admitted to Xiajing Academy and needs to be upgraded quickly, and Xia Shui won't stay in the novice dungeon for too long, at most 2 days, Xia Shui will leave here. As for Lin Moyu, I don't know his profession or his combat power. You can ask to support if you would like to team up with him. Several assistants shook their heads. Most of those who become auxiliary nurses are girls. When these little girls saw Lin Moyu's skeleton warriors, they were so frightened to death that they formed a noob team. Lin Moyu said lightly, Principal Lu, I also want to aim for Xiajing Academy. The meaning is very clear, he doesn't want to form a team, he wants to solo. Lu Yun was slightly surprised, do you know how difficult it is to enter Xiajing Academy? Lin Moyu nodded, I'm confident. Lu Yun understood Lin Moyu's determination, I hope you can succeed. If you want to be admitted to Xiajing Academy, the first thing you need is the grade requirements. At least level 12 or above, and the insurance point must be level 15. Last year, his sister Lin Mohan was admitted to Xiajing Academy as a level 16 student. In just 1 week, it is not easy to upgrade to level 12. As for level 15, it was even more difficult. The highest level of monsters in the novice dungeon is level 8, and it is impossible to upgrade to level 12 in this novice dungeon, and the danger level in the wild is much higher than that of the novice dungeon. For novice professionals like them, going to the wilds rashly is just to die. In addition to grade requirements, there are some other conditions. You will have to wait until the final exam to find out. At Lu Yun's request, several main battle professions have chosen to support each other, forming a team of 2 or 3. Gao Yang chose a prophet to assist. The prophet can give him some buff status, and he can also treat him properly, so he is a good nanny. After the formalities were completed, the school distributed weapons and equipment to everyone. Soldiers are assigned different weapons according to different occupations. I'm handsome. Gao Yang got an iron sword and a shield, where he acted like the boss of the sky and my second son. Lin Moyu also got a staff. Staff, spiritual power +1. Not even a little bit of bonus, sub-level weapons and equipment. Yes and no are the same, we can only pretend to be grateful. Xia Shui has her own weapon and doesn't need the school's. Her weapon is a Dharma book. Lin Moyu can feel that there is not weak energy flowing in the Dharma book. It should be a good weapon. Before entering the instance, Xia Shui said to Lin Moyu, let's compare and see who can level up faster. Lin Moyu was non-committal, neither agreeing nor refusing. Xia Shui snorted, raised her head and showed her slender and white neck, if you don't answer, it will be considered as your agreement. As she spoke, she turned and entered the copy. The corner of Lin Moyu's mouth twitched slightly, so competitive. He said something silently, and then entered the copy. The environment of the novice dungeon is a prairie with lush grass, more than half a meter high. Many smaller monsters hide in the grass and are hard to find. The density of monsters here is not high, which is quite safe, so it also leads to a problem. The time to find monsters is longer than the time to fight. The purpose of the novice dungeon is to let novices get used to fighting and become accustomed to it. Lin Moyu released 4 skeleton warriors. Go and kill monsters. With a thought, the 4 skeleton warriors ran out in 4 directions. Click click click. When running, with gusts of wind. The speed is so fast. With an attribute of up to 150 points of agility, the running speed of the skeleton warrior here is very fast. In the blink of an eye, he had already run tens of meters. At this time a skeleton warrior waved the broken sword in his hand. Successfully killed de Hermione, experience, +10. The big de Hermione, which was only level 1, was instantly killed by the skeleton warrior. Lin Moyu looked at the experience. Experience increased by 1%. Each level 1 monster can increase the experience by 1%, and you can upgrade by killing 100 monsters. Successfully killed de Hermione, experience, +10. Successfully killed de Hermione, experience, +10. Continuous reminders appeared, and the 4 skeleton warriors kept finding the big-eared rabbit and killed it. In just a few minutes, Lin Moyu's experience has increased by 10%. This efficiency is too high. Lin Moyu originally planned to stay in the novice dungeon for 2 days, and leave after leveling up to level 8. Now it seems that it didn't take as much as 2 days. Lin Moyu released his skills and summoned an additional black iron level skeleton warrior. Then the skeleton warrior joined the team looking for the monster. Lin Moyu sat down and began to meditate. Half an hour later, Lin Moyu ushered in his first upgrade. Name, Lin Moyu. Occupation, Necromancer, unique. Level, 2, 1%. Strength, 20. Agility, 20. Spirit, 40. Equipment, none. Summon space, 5 of 20, skeleton warrior, quantity, 5, talent, comprehensive amplification, level 1, uniqueness. Passive skill, damage transfer. Active skills, soul flame, level 2, summon skeleton warrior, level 2. Comprehensive amplification, level 1, all skill effects are increased by 10 times. Damage transfer, all damage suffered by the master itself is borne by the summoned object. Soul flame, level 2 burns the target's soul, causing burning damage. The power depends on one's own spiritual power and skill level. Summon skeleton warrior, level 2, summon a black iron skeleton warrior. Level up, attributes increase. The summoning space has changed from 10 to 20, which is enough to hold 20 summons. The skill level also increases accordingly. I don't know if there is any change in the attributes of the skeleton warrior at level 2. According to the knowledge obtained by Lin Moyu, as the skill level increases, the attributes of the summoned objects should also increase. Because of the upgrade, the mental power was completely restored. Lin Moyu activated his skills and summoned a black iron skeleton warrior again. This time Lin Moyu noticed a difference. The mental power consumed by level 2 skills has increased, and the cost of summoning a skeleton warrior has increased from 10 points to 15 points. Although the level 2 skeleton warrior is still at the black iron level, his body is obviously strengthened by 3 points. The gray dullness faded a lot. At the same time, the cracks on the body are also less prevalent. Black iron skeleton warrior. Power, 250. Agility, 250. Spirit, 250. Physique, 250. Skill, none. Level 2 skeleton warrior, all attributes have increased by 100 points compared with level 1. Directly changed from 150 to 250. Lin Moyu knew that the increase was not that exaggerated, the main reason was that his talent was too strong. Otherwise, the level 2 skeleton is 25 points for each attribute, and if it is upgraded by 1 level, each attribute will increase by 10 points. 4-dimensional balance, the total amount increased by 40 points, which is considered normal. Although it is not weak, it is not so strong. The key lies in talent, the uniqueness of his god-level talent. This talent and the necromancer profession are a perfect match. Lin Moyu continued to use skills to summon skeleton warriors, increasing the number of skeleton warriors to 7. The 7 skeleton warriors are like 7 gold medal thugs, scattered in the novice dungeon to continuously kill monsters. Regardless of whether the monster is level 1, level 2, or even level 3, under their tattered swords, they are all instant kills, without exception. The attribute is too strong, even without any skills. The skeleton warrior has a very strong attack power. The strength attribute of 250 points should not be much worse than that of a level 10 fighter. A mere level 2 skeleton warrior has an attack power comparable to level 10, and can walk sideways in the novice dungeon. Most importantly, there are still 7 of them. No, 7 is just the beginning. After Lin Moyu recovers his mental power, he will continue to summon more. Kill a level 2 Grey Cat, experience plus 20. Kill a level 3 Brown Dog, experience plus 30. Kill the level 4 Blue-Eyed Mouse King, experience plus 40. Instant kills, all the way they are instant kills, without any suspense. Facing an attack power of at least level 10, these monsters are only level 3 or 4. Dying without suspense, without pain. Lin Moyu followed the trajectory of the skeleton and walked forward slowly. As the skeleton warriors ran farther and farther, a map gradually formed in Lin Moyu's mind, which was the shape of the secret realm. Hey, there is such a function? A map is automatically formed where the skeleton warrior walks. In addition to killing monsters, the skeleton warriors have also become a fully automatic map plotters. In just 1 hour, the experience is almost full again, and it will face an upgrade again. He even gave up meditation. Such a fast upgrade speed. What kind of meditation do you want? Just wait for the mental power to automatically recover to full when you upgrade. The skeleton warriors stabbed out fiercely and mercilessly. At this time Lin Moyu saw a monster that was not killed by the skeleton warrior. Grade 2 Gray-haired cat. Lying in the grass, he was missed by the skeleton warrior. What a lucky guy. Lin Moyu thought in his heart, and a cyan flame burned on the palm of his hand. Soul Flame. This is his only offensive ability right now. The cyan flame appeared on the level 2 gray-haired cat instantly like a teleportation. The level 2 gray-haired cat let out a scream, its body twitched twice, and fell to the ground to die. Facing the 10-fold increase in attack skills, the gray-haired cat is only left to be killed in seconds. Kill a level 2 Grey Cat, experience plus 20. The Grey Cat was dead, but outwardly it showed no signs of being burned by the flames. Lin Moyu understood, just like the skill description said, the soul flame attacks the target's soul. This skill is a spiritual attack. He was shocked again in my heart. The attacks of the spiritual system have one thing in common, that is, they ignore defense. No matter how strong your physical defense is or how high your elemental defense is, you can't resist spiritual attacks. The hidden profession is really powerful, and even only these 2 skills are very powerful. Even if there is no talent bonus, a necromancer will not be weaker than any legendary class. Lin Moyu has his own judgment, which may not be comprehensive or objective, but he believes that his judgment is inseparable. A beam of light rushed out from his body. Upgraded. All attributes have been increased by 10 points again, and mental power has been increased by 20 points. Skeleton warrior skills have also been upgraded to level 3. The 4-dimensional attribute increased by 10 points again, and after the increase, it increased by 100 points. The base 4 attributes reached an astonishing 350 points. Lin Moyu continued to use the skill of summoning skeletons, and summoned 3 skeleton warriors in a row, making the number of skeleton warriors in the instance reach 10. 10 skeleton warriors rampage through the dungeon like mopping up water. Kill the level 4 Blue-Eyed Mouse King, experience plus 40. Kill level 5 Blue Wolf, experience plus 50. Level 5 monsters are also one-shot kills against skeleton warriors. Lin Moyu doesn't need to do anything at all, he just needs to wait for the experience to be gained. According to this speed, at most 2 hours, you can upgrade to another level. As for others, it is not bad to be able to upgrade to level 3 on the first day, and it will only get slower and slower later on. After all, Principals Lu Yun's requirement for them is only to upgrade to level 8 in a week. Level 8 can be admitted to institutions of higher learning. Unless you want to take the top 50 prestigious universities in the country, you need level 9 or even level 10. Outside the dungeon, several principals started chatting and comparing each other again. They gathered around a table, made tea, and chatted shamelessly. I don't know how many levels this group of kids can advance to on the first day. Who remembers what level the previous highest record was? I remember it was level 5. Su Qianxing before and Lin Mohan last year were both level 5. Su Qianxing and Lin Mohan are both rare occupations. This year's Xia Shui is also a rare occupation. They should be similar. From their upgrade speed on the first day, you can basically judge the upgrade speed in the next few days. If girl Xia Shui doesn't advance to level 5 on the first day, it will be difficult for her to enter Xiaojing Academy. Lu Yun listened to a few of them talking, and thought in his heart, I wonder how many levels Lin Moyu can advance to. Given his profession, it shouldn't be bad. After level 5, the upgrade speed will be greatly slowed down. The first day they said was actually 12 hours. After everyone enters the dungeon, the countdown starts, and they will automatically leave the dungeon after 12 hours. It depends on how many levels you can upgrade within these 12 hours. Suddenly, a huge breath rushed over. Lu Yun waved to the person who came, Patriarch Xia, come and sit down. Xia Dongyang, the head of the Xia family in Shihai City, Xia Shui's father. There was still room on the table, so Xia Dongyang sat down unceremoniously. Hello principals. He greeted them after sitting down. Xia Dongyang has a resolute appearance, not angry but arrogant. Lu Yun poured Xia Dongyang a cup of tea. Patriarch Xia is here to see girl Xia Shui. Xia Dongyang smiled. In the past few years, Xia Shui has been taken care of by Principal Lu. Lu Yun waved his hand. I didn't do anything. Your girl Xia Shui is very smart, and her job transfer was also very successful. Xia Dongyang said, I heard from my family. I just returned to Shihai City today. Unfortunately, I didn't catch up with Xia Shui's job change. Lu Yun knew that Xia Dongyang was very busy and didn't have much time at home. We were just discussing whether girl Xia Shui can reach level 5 at the end of today's 12-hour dungeon. She wants to be admitted to Xiaojing Academy, and the difficulty is not small. Xia Dongyang said, it shouldn't be a problem, even if it's a little bit close, it doesn't matter, I can go ask someone. Lu Yun shook his head, I suggest you don't do this. I know Xia Shui's character. If you do this, she will hate you. Xia Dongyang sighed, how could he not know? Xia Dongyang changed the subject, I heard that your school has a hidden job. Congratulations. I don't know what kind of job it is? Lu Yun's face lit up, the name of the profession is Necromancer. It's a profession I've never seen before. It can summon skeletons. I don't know if it's powerful or not. Not all hidden occupations are powerful, and it is not uncommon for garbage hidden occupations to appear. Can summon skeletons? It sounds a little sinister. Moreover, the name of necromancer doesn't seem very nice. Dealing with the spirits of the dead is bound to make people's imaginations run wild. Lu Yun saw Xia Dongyang's thoughts. Don't worry, the kid Moyu doesn't talk much, but he is a good kid. His sister was admitted to Xiaojing Academy last year. If girl Xia Shui goes to Xiaojing Academy, maybe you can still ask Lin Mohan to take care of her. With Lu Yun words, Xia Dongyang felt relieved. Having known each other for many years, he knows best what Lu Yun is like. In the novice copy, Lin Moyu received a message from the skeleton warrior. The limit distance has been reached, and it is impossible to continue. At this time, the farthest skeleton warrior was already 500 meters away from Lin Moyu. The skeleton warrior stood 500 meters away and stopped moving forward. Lin Moyu also knew that the skeleton warrior must keep a distance of less than 500 meters from himself. Seeing that several other skeleton warriors were about to reach this distance, one after another, Lin Moyu could only order them to come back. It's impossible to be the shopkeeper by throwing your hands away, so Lin Moyu can only choose a direction to proceed. 10 skeleton warriors fanned out in front of them, keeping a distance of about 100 meters from Lin Moyu. Any monsters on the road will be instantly killed by the skeleton warriors. In the 4th hour of entering the dungeon, Lin Moyu ushered in the 3rd upgrade. Name, Lin Moyu. Occupation, Necromancer, Unique. Level, 4, 0%. Power, 40. Agility, 40. Spirit, 80. Equipment, none. Summon space, 10 of 40, Skeleton Warrior, quantity, 10. Talent, Comprehensive Amplification, Level 1, Unique. Passive skill, Damage Transfer. Active skills, Soul Flame, Level 4, Summon Skeleton Warrior, Level 4. After upgrading, Lin Moyu continued to summon skeleton warriors. At this time, the spiritual power consumed to summon a skeleton warrior has reached 25 points. Leveling up by 3 levels in only 4 hours. With more and more skeleton warriors, the upgrade speed did not decrease much, but rather accelerated. Lin Moyu took his skeleton army and officially stepped into the second half of the novice dungeon. A large number of level 5 monsters and level 6 monsters began to appear. But in front of the skeleton warrior with a strength attribute as high as 450, it was all a matter of one swing of the knife. Kill level 5 blue wolf, experience plus 50. Kill a level 6 black panther, experience plus 60. For Lin Moyu, the efficiency of killing level 1 monsters is the same as killing level 6 monsters. So the higher the level, the better, and the higher the monster density, the better. 3 more skeleton warriors were summoned, and a total of 13 skeleton warriors wreaked havoc on the novice dungeon. The experience value is increasing rapidly, there are more skeleton warriors, and the upgrade speed does not decrease but increases. At this rate, it will take less than an hour to upgrade again. 12 hours on the first day of the novice dungeon, can I directly upgrade to level 8? It's twice as fast as I expected. After reaching level 8, I can go to the outskirts of Shihai City, where there are higher level monsters and more risk. Lin Moyu has already planned his upgrade route in his heart. To go to the outskirts of Shihai City, he needs the approval of the school, otherwise the guards in the city will not let him out. Level 8 is the minimum standard and cannot be lowered. Kill a level 7 brown bear, experience plus 70. As Lin Moyu continued to go deeper, level 7 monsters began to appear, and it was also a one-hit kill. The novice copy is created for novices. The intensity of monsters is low, the overall environment is simple, and the safety is much higher than that in the wild. So even though Lin Moyu easily leveled up and spawned monsters, he still didn't take it lightly. In his memory, Lin Mohan once came back from the outskirts of Shihai City, bloody and injured. She told Lin Moyu very seriously that the lion fights the rabbit with all his strength, and he should not be taken lightly under any circumstances. Lin Moyu kept this sentence firmly in his heart. Now he does the same. Level 4, 99%. Lin Moyu looked at his stats and was about to upgrade again. 13 skeleton warriors are killing all around, and their experience is steadily increasing. Compared with the previous level, this upgrade was faster, and it only took 50 minutes before and after. The number of skeleton warriors has increased, the density of monsters has increased, and the speed of killing monsters has still not changed. This is why the upgrade rate has not decreased but increased. Lin Moyu analyzed his current situation. Now he has come to the depths of the novice dungeon, and there are level 6 and level 7 monsters everywhere. Only the highest level 8 monsters did not appear. The density of monsters increased here, which also caused him to gain experience faster. Skeleton warriors are like tireless gold medal fighters, one by one, constantly harvesting the monster's life. The only pity is that the monsters in the novice dungeon don't drop anything. After all, this is a novice dungeon, a place for new professionals to adapt to actual combat, which is very different from the wild. In this novice copy, almost all monsters are weakened as a whole. The only regular monsters here are only level 8 monsters, which have not been weakened, maintaining the same strength as wild monsters. When you reach level 8 and face level 8 monsters, you should already have considerable combat experience at that time. In this novice copy, students will normally leave after level 8. Therefore, level 8 monsters are just a bridge, allowing novice professionals to experience the strength of wild monsters in advance. In this way, when you really go to the wild to fight monsters, you won't be in a disadvantage. With the upgrade light beam appearing again, Lin Moyu finally reached level 5. Attributes increase and skills improve. The strength of the skeleton warrior also increased, and all attributes increased by 100 points again. Kill a level 7 brown bear, experience, plus 70. Kill a level 7 brown bear, experience, plus 70. The skeleton warriors did not stop because of Lin Moyu's upgrade. They were still tirelessly looking for monsters, killing them in seconds with a knife in hand. From the moment Lin Moyu entered the instance, the skeleton warriors never stopped. Hey, the upgrade has slowed down. Lin Moyu found that after reaching level 5, the upgrade speed is greatly reduced. Originally at level 4, killing a level 7 brown bear would gain about 0.2% experience. Only needing to kill 500 was enough to upgrade. But after reaching level 5, killing a level 7 brown bear can only bring about a 0.1% increase in experience. Then he had to kill 1000 to be able to upgrade. The upgrade speed has been doubled. Based on this speed, it is very difficult for ordinary professionals to rise to level 12 in just 1 week. Even if we leave the copy and go to the outskirts of Shihai, there is not enough time. Shaojing Academy is really difficult to take the exam, and I don't know how my sister got promoted to level 16 last year. Lin Moyu calculated in his mind that if he wants to go to Shaojing Academy, he must be at least level 12. If you want to upgrade to level 12 within a week, then in the novice dungeon, you must upgrade to level 8 within 3 days at least. After level 8, go to the outskirts of Shihai to hunt down more advanced monsters. Only in this way is it possible to rise to level 12 within a week. Thinking about it this way, Lin Mohan was able to advance to level 16 last year, which was really very, very fast. Lin Moyu released his skills, exhausted his mental power again, and added 3 skeleton warriors. A total of 16 skeleton warriors are constantly looking for and killing monsters. For Lin Moyu, the time spent finding monsters is much higher than the time spent killing them. It is just killing more than 1000 super monsters, and assigning them to 16 skeleton fighters is not much time. At most in another hour, he can be promoted to level 6. He wanted more monsters to kill. Lin Moyu kept moving forward, and the skeleton warrior opened the way for him, finding out all the monsters hidden in the grass one by one. After walking for a while, the terrain of the dungeon finally changed. The prairie came to an end, and a forest appeared in front of it. Lin Moyu knew that this was the end of the novice dungeon. The level 8 monsters in the dungeon are hidden in the woods. It has been 6 hours and 42 minutes since entering the dungeon, less than 7 hours, and I am the only one who can reach the end of the dungeon. It has only been 7 hours since the dungeon opened, and most people probably only reached level 3. Even Xia Shui is at most level 4, or even less than level 4. Lin Moyu believes that he can upgrade faster than anyone else. He kept walking towards the woods, wanting to see how strong the level 8 monsters were, which were not weakened. Is it enough to fight your own skeleton warrior? It's also good to prepare yourself for going to the wild tomorrow. The skeleton warrior opened the way ahead and ran into the forest 1 step ahead of Lin Moyu. There was a clicking sound in the forest, and the skeleton warriors ran fast in the forest looking for monsters. No fault? The skeleton warrior didn't find the monster. Lin Moyu felt strange, and he followed in. The moment he walked into the forest, a branch yanked over violently. The branch fell on Lin Moyu like a long whip like lightning. The speed was so fast that Lin Moyu had no time to react. The branch, which seemed to be powerful, did not cause any harm to Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu didn't even feel the slightest pain, as if there was an invisible shield outside his body, protecting himself. Passive skill, damage transfer. Any damage he takes will be automatically transferred to his summons. He will not take any damage until the summoned object dies. It is really a divine skill, not much worse than a god-level talent.